The morning of my wedding should have been the happiest day of my life, but instead, it began with a truth so devastating that it shattered everything I thought I knew about love, family, and trust. I woke up to whispers, not of celebration, but of betrayal. My best friend, eyes red from crying, told me what no bride should ever have to hear: my mother had slept with my fiancé the night before our wedding. For a moment, I thought she was lying, or perhaps trying to protect me from something else, but when I confronted her trembling lips and tearful eyes, I realized it wasn't a rumor, it was a cruel, undeniable truth. At first, my chest tightened with disbelief. My own mother, the woman who raised me, who was supposed to shield me from the world's cruelties, had become the very person to inflict the deepest wound. And my fiancé, the man I had loved with every fiber of my being, the one I thought would stand by my side through eternity, had thrown away our future for a fleeting night of lust. My hands shook, my heart raced, but strangely, I didn't cry. Something inside me hardened instead. The hours before the ceremony were a blur. I went through the motions: hair, makeup, dress, while my mind churned with rage and sorrow. Every time I looked at my reflection, I didn't see a bride. I saw a woman standing on the edge of a cliff, deciding whether to fall or to fly. And then I knew, I couldn't let them destroy me. Not my mother, not the man who promised me forever. They expected me to crumble, to cancel everything, to disappear quietly. But I wasn't going to give them that satisfaction. The church was filled with friends, family, and neighbors, all waiting to witness what they thought would be the happiest moment of my life. My father walked me down the aisle, his arm steady, though he had no idea of the storm raging within me. My fiancé stood at the altar, trying to mask his guilt behind a nervous smile, while my mother sat in the front pew, her face pale and unreadable. I could feel the weight of their eyes on me, but I walked with my head held high. When it came time for the vows, the air was thick with anticipation. My fiancé reached for my hands, but I pulled them back. A ripple of confusion swept through the crowd. I took a deep breath, my voice steady but sharp enough to cut through the silence. "Before I vow myself to anyone today, there's something you all deserve to know," I said. Gasps echoed in the church, but I pressed on. "The man standing beside me betrayed me last night. And he didn't betray me with just anyone. He betrayed me with my own mother." The words landed like thunder. People shifted in their seats, jaws dropped, and whispers exploded like wildfire. My fiancé's face drained of all color, and my mother covered her mouth, her secret laid bare before everyone she knew. But I wasn't finished. I turned to my father, tears finally breaking free. "I'm sorry, Dad. You deserved a loyal wife and a faithful daughter-in-law. You deserved better than this humiliation." Then, with every ounce of courage I had, I lifted my chin and spoke to the entire church: "I deserve better too. And I refuse to bind myself to lies, betrayal, and shame." I tore off the veil, let it fall to the ground, and walked away from the altar. The church was silent, not a cough, not a murmur, just stunned silence as the sound of my heels echoed down the aisle. My heart raced, but for the first time since the truth came out, I felt free. Strong. Alive. Later, as I sat alone in my room still wearing the white gown that should have symbolized a union but now represented my rebirth, I cried, not out of weakness but out of release.